Well, good evening, guys. It's Verdier here. Scruffy Verdier with the terrible hairdo. This is an addendum to my last video, Crinkle Crinkle AC Vent. I did get a fair amount of responses. I'll respond to those in the comments. This is more an important addendum, so we all are on the same page of exactly what I'm talking about. That way we can all get together on this and get an answer on it as I try to figure out what's going on. I deal with the dealers, and we try to figure out how to fix this problem that it seems like several of us are noticing. First, I want to let, I know that some of the moderators of the Gen 3 Insight forums watch some of these videos sometimes. Like Insightfully and so forth. Just let you know I will be passing all this onto the forums as well, if and when we ever learn what this is and how to fix this problem. It's just I find I get more response from the videos than I do from the forums right now, because obviously some people have bumped into this, some people have not. Okay, first of all, I want to explain exactly what I mean by a vent rattle in this particular case, because there's a very specific kind of rattle that's going on, and I want to make sure you guys meet these criteria so we can all get together and share our experiences and see if we can get this figured out. I am moving forward in that direction right now. Number one, this has been going on since the day I owned this car. Of course, I didn't turn on the air conditioner immediately because I bought the car like in October, and being in Maine, you don't really need air conditioning until quite a while later. But I remember hearing this little bit of rattle back then, so this definitely came with the car. It's gotten progressively worse. Of course, I didn't notice it much because I played my stereo at insane volumes. So, therein lies one of the reasons why I haven't pursued it until now. Now it's gotten pretty obnoxious. First of all, this is not a movement rattle, meaning this is not a rattle, the vents are rattling while you're driving the car and shaking the car, and it's got caused by bad, as we'd say, bad fit, which Honda seem to be pretty big on. They got some nice finish, but their fit sucks. So, number one, this is not a movement rattle as far as you drive the car and let's say the dash wasn't put back together correctly and it causes a rattle. So that is not what we're talking about here. Number two, it comes from the center two vents only. The rattle does not come from the driver left and the passenger right vent. That is not where the sound comes from. Number three, the rattle sounds like a crinkling, almost like a crinkling paper, almost as if, this is what I think it is. It sounds as if, say, there's a part sticker on one of the parts inside the vents there, like the Honda part number 1145, and it's got a scan bar. And it's as if it's peeled up a little, and it's shaking and rattling every now and then. It sounds almost like a little bit of paper or a crinkle. Very odd noise. So that's what it sounds like. Number three, and I'm sure I'm going to lose count as I go through. Now, these are all important things you need to look into when reporting this rattle to me and when we're trying to figure this whole thing out. Number three, it only happens with the air conditioning. It does not happen when your heat is on. And it only happens while the air conditioning is actively cooling. The air conditioning actually has to be cooling. I think this has a lot to do with the position of the blend door underneath. I actually have a video of that, which we'll get into on another video as we get deeper into this to try to figure out what the hell's going on. So let's say you've got your car, you got it set to 65 degrees, it's cooling, you'll hear the rattle through there. Sometimes it's a little louder with more fan speed, sometimes it changes, and so forth, but it's basically a rattle in the center. Let's say you turn your temperature up to 70, and you'll hear the blend door move, basically, and after about 3 to 5 seconds after that, the rattle goes away. Then if you turn it back down to where the car is actively cooling, then the rattle starts up after about 3 to 5 seconds after it goes into the cooling mode again. That's very important too, because it's the only time it rattles. It will not rattle during the heat, and so forth. These are some of the criteria that we're looking for. Now, if you are running into this issue, and it's the center vents, and it follows this particular criteria, it's important that you go to your dealership, and some of them are dicks. I know that. I've got at least one dick dealership up here that I'm going to be discussing eventually. But I've had some two good dealerships, including Charlie's Honda and Lee Honda, and both of them are pretty good to work with. They're not perfect, but they're generally reasonable people. You need to report this to your dealer and make sure you can demo it for them so they know. Try to show them how it only happens when the AC is engaging and only when it's actively cooling. Not turning on your AC ain't going to do it if you got it set to 70 degrees and it's 68 outside and you turn on the AC and the AC is not going to engage. It has to do with the flow of the air coming through the vents. So it's very important that you're able to show it to them. Take it to your dealership. Now, I have mentioned it on the Gen 3 Insight forums, and I forgot the name, but I'll put your name on here, and I'm going to show the figure that he put up. This is a direction that this particular user recommended that the Honda dealerships look into to see, start here first to find out what's going on. I'm going to show you that figure up here, and thank you to that particular user. Again, I can't remember your name, but I will put it up here so everyone knows. It's important. The reason this is so important is because I've talked to a couple of dealerships, and the dealerships are not aware of this. And the Honda is not aware of this. It may be aware of this on other models, but it's not aware of this as far as the Insight is concerned. I've gotten several responses in my responses in the last video explaining that they've seen this, other people have seen this happening. If you meet these criteria, please go to your Honda dealerships and get some information. Also, discuss my videos if you have to about what I'm going through, and we can discuss it. Number 2, please get in touch with me at verdier400@gmail.com. I'll be discreet. It's important that they get to know all of us that have this issue. If it's the same issue, very important that they get to know who we are and that this issue actually exists. Because while there are some dealers that don't want to help you at all in anything, they're just some jerk-offs out there. A lot of dealers would just prefer that you drive in there and they hear the sound, and it's been reported to many Honda dealers that, hey, this part will fix the problem. And boom, they'll fix the problem. Everyone's happy, and it's all taken care of. So please, get in touch with me at verdier400@gmail.com. I'll put it down on the bottom. Let me know who you are, what's going on. I don't need all your specific details, but a way for me to reach you, not necessarily by phone. I mean, eventually we can talk on the phone. And go to your dealerships and discuss it with them and let them know that I'm dealing with this as well. And this is a long haul. Maybe one of your dealerships will figure it out faster than mine's. Because it's going to be a couple of weeks before a part comes in that they're going to try. They're going to be throwing parts at it. We'll get into that on another video. Also want to let everyone know this is not all the videos aren't going to be about this particular issue, but there are going to be several of them as we try to figure this out, because this is an incredibly obnoxious problem. And God help us if it's down in, like, say, the evaporator or something like that, in which case the whole damn dash has to come out. One dealership quoted me 15 hours of work on this. 15 hours. 7.5 to take the dash apart. We work on it, and 7.5 in. And that's assuming it is this particular problem and it's covered. It will be covered assuming it's not something that was caused by us or whatever. But considering a lot of people have it, I don't think it was caused by anybody. So this video got a lot longer than I expected it to. I do apologize for that. It's important. It's important that we get in touch with each other. I know of at least one other person that I've made friends with on on Facebook, on the Facebook Insight forum or whatever, who's also going to have their dealer look into it. It's important that we all get together on this so we all can find out and share this information. And of course, I will share this information with the Gen 3 Insight forum as I learn it, so it's available to all. I mean, this is not an exclusive to here. Come on, give me a break. So that's all I got to say. I do apologize for this being 9.5, 10 minutes long. But please get in touch with me. If you want to leave comments on it, leave comments in the comment section too. But if you have this problem and it meets the criteria I said before, get in touch with me. Let me know who you are. Tell me a little bit about your car, what's going on, and go to your dealership and tell me what they've told you so far. Very important. We'll all get together, and hopefully, eventually, we will get this problem solved, and there'll be no more crinkle, AC vents, sung, of course, to the tune of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Yeah, I'm so clever. All right, that's it. Verdier out. Take care, guys.